What's good, guys? This is your boy the Kryptonian saying, bringing you a review for One Piece chapter 195. And this is gonna be me plugging Rurouni Kenshin one more time. And the reason why is this chapter, if this isn't the fucking swordsman spirit, okay? If this isn't that, fuck you. I'm just saying that right now. Anybody that's read Kenshin, like, they know where I'm going with this. This really feels like two fights, man. This feels like the Kenshin versus Shishio fight, where Kenshin was getting cut the hell up, right? And this is during the Kyoto arc, and he's getting cut up like Zoro is, and that's when he just taps into the swordsman spirit towards the end of the fight after seeing Sanosuke and shit. I cannot think of his rival, the one that was fuck me, the one that got him in Karu's dojo. I can't think of him. He's a police officer, but reminds me of that one, and it reminds me of the fight with the police officer. I can't think of his fucking name to save my life, man. It was just crazy because I was just watching Kenshin over again. I haven't got to that part yet, but I was just watching it over. So with all that being said, the Zoro versus Mr. One fight, that's what I was referring to, guys. So this chapter shows something very interesting. Zoro is getting a power-up, but the power-up that he's getting, it's already built into the character. So I don't have a problem with that, because it isn't so much like he's getting a power-up per se in the fact that Zoro is being gifted something through the plot. It's more so with the fact that he's learning to reach his full potential. Therefore, it's not really a power-up. You know, the chapter opens up with him saying, a sword that can't cut, and yet a sword that can cut through metal. You know, what's the meaning of this? And that's when Mr. One shows that there's a huge difference between them currently. Like, he's just been on the defensive at this point, and Zoro's just going at him attack after attack, uses the crab slasher. I mean, Zoro gets a few shots where if this would have been a normal swordsman, they would have been dead. And I get the feeling, based on how some of these shots were drawn, that Zoro was going for the kill during this fight. Because there's this one scene where he actually chops Mr. One across the throat. And that's why I said if this would have been a normal swordsman, it would have been over with. But Mr. One, he is actually able to rotate the blades on his arm. And when he does that, he tries to deliver an attack on Zoro. And Zoro looks like he's gonna dodge it, and the reason why I said try is because it looks like Zoro's about to dodge it, and that's when the slaughter just begins. And that's when I got this Shishio fights, man. The flashback to that, because Shishio was fucking Kenshin up. At one point, you thought he might have actually killed Kenshin, and with this right here, this was the same feeling. Zoro was getting cut up. At one point, Mr. One does a cross attack with both splitting blades after, you know, the whole phrase of you're a miner, I'm a assassin. Like, just seeing that and seeing how he throws Zoro into the pillar, the rocks start falling over on him, and you're thinking, damn, Zoro, he just caught another L. This is shaping up like the Mihawk fight. That's the vibe I was getting at first. And then that's when Zoro starts having his internal monologues, and he's like, I can feel the pulse. I can feel it. It kind of reminds me. Don't want to go there. Fuck it, I'm gonna go there. It really reminds me of like something that Son Goku does in Dragon Ball, right? You know, and I'm not talking the Spirit Bomb type thing. When he was training with Mr. Popo, right? And when he was training on Kami's lookout and training with Kami, one of the things that was emphasized is being able to sense the energy around you, to be calm enough to sense the energy in all living things. You know, there's a big difference between Genkai and Ki. You know, a lot of people think the Spirit Bomb is just a big ass Ki ball. It's actually a ball of life force. It's different from Ki. And just seeing how Zoro is listening to the heartbeats of his sword, to the rocks, even the metal inside of Mr. One. Like, this is shaping up to be I guess some people will say this might be an ass pull, but this is really shaping up to be a very interesting turn of events. I knew this was coming when I started reading it, and then once he started talking about the heartbeat of his sword, that's when it really got me. That's when it got me, and that's when he stands up and he faces down Mr. One, and that's how the volume ends off. So really looking forward to starting the next volume. If this fight drags out, I won't mind it. You know, if I'm not mistaken, the fights in this arc so far with the Straw Hats are about 4 chapters. About 4 chapters in length. I wouldn't mind if this one went a little longer on. I know 10 chapters is usually the max for a volume, but I wouldn't mind if this one went 5 or 6 chapters. I don't think it's going to drag out that long because Zoro is the type of character, in my opinion, when he figures out your weakness, he's going to overwhelm you with sheer force. And that's just the feel that I've got. I feel like Zoro is about to reach his full potential and it's about to get ugly. But overall, guys, really great chapter. Let me know what you thought, and this is my chapter question. Let me know what you guys thought about the whole Zoro listening to the spirits of everything around him. What were your initial thoughts? Were you like me? Did you think about other mangas that you've read? And if so, what scenes were they? If it's something I'm reviewing now, don't even put that shit in there. But thanks for watching, guys. Have an awesome day.